So you want to know how it all started? This is how it begins. It was February of 1970, and I was a 23-year-old graduate student in Arizona working toward a degree in herpetology. My studies were to be focused on tropical king snakes, and I thought that Venezuela would be a great destination to check out for my research. I purchased a 40 Conline van, packed it with collecting gear, photographic equipment, and a few items of clothing, and off I went heading toward Venezuela. While driving down the east coast of Mexico, I ended up making a detour in Belize, one that would forever change my career. So, why Belize? Well, you know, back in the 1970s, Belize, biologically speaking, was the least known country in all of the Americas. One could come to Belize, discover new species, discover range extensions, and so much more. It was really an incredibly beautiful country that I completely fell in love with. In Belize, there are two tropical ecosystems that are very easy to study, all within reach of each other. We have the Great Barrier Reef, which is the second largest in the world, pretty much unspoiled, pristine still today, and we have beautiful tropical rainforests on the mainland. So what better classroom than to bring students to Belize? They can participate in a program called Tropical Biology on campus, and then it will culminate with a field experience to Belize, where they can spend a week studying rainforest ecology, and then come out to our marine station on Southwater Caye and learn about marine biology. What a great experience it would be for you to be able to go out on that reef and look and see cleaning stations, and I'd be able to identify the different types of corals and while they're there, and learn about things like coral competition, rather than just go out on the reef and go, oh yeah, look, there's some fish, there's some coral, yeah, it's pretty neat. But now you're going to have a much better idea of what you're looking at when you go out there, and it makes it so much better. And the more you learn, the more you know, the more you're able to put that big puzzle together and ask yourself questions. Wow, I saw that fish doing this. Why was he doing this? Well, I remembered that there are cleaning stations set up. Maybe this is what I'm experiencing. Otherwise, you would have just snorkeled by and said, oh, there's a group of little fish. Oh, they're pretty, and then move on. Southwater Caye Marine Reserve is located approximately 15 miles southeast of Dangrigga Town, and it's the largest marine reserve in Belize. In 1996, UNESCO added it to the list of protected sites with universal value to humanity. Within the reserve is the 14-acre island known as Southwater Caye, one of only a handful of islands located directly on the barrier reef, where our marine biology field station and private cabanas are situated. Although the day is made up of studies, both in the classroom and out in the field, there's plentiful time for leisure activities in this true tropical paradise.
I say, hey, come on, vibe with me, chilling by the sea, yeah, where the rays of the sun will caress your body. I say, hey, come and jam with me, chill under the tree, yeah, let this melody take you higher to ecstasy, yeah. Whoa, let it take you away, so far away, yeah, yeah, Can you feel the vibes? Yeah, I say, hey, come on, vibe with me, chilling by the sea, yeah, where the rays of the sun will caress your body. I say, hey, come and jump with me, chill under the tree, yeah, let this melody take you higher to ecstasy, yeah. Can you feel the vibes? So tell me, can you feel the vibes? I say, can you feel the vibes? Yeah. Does it feel so nice? I say, hey. Feel it, feel it, feel it, feel it. I say, hey, I say, hey, come on, vibe with me, come and vibe with me, chilling by the sea, yeah, where the rays of the sun will caress your body. I say, hey.
Hi guys, my name is Declan and this is Lucy. We're from Hopkins Underwater Adventures. We're presently out here at IZE on the Belize Barrier Reef. We work in conjunction with IZE. What they do is they bring groups of students down from North America and they actually accommodate them here at their buildings. And we conduct diving courses. We're right on the edge of the reef here. It's an absolutely fantastic location to do that. It's a great experience for the students who really thoroughly enjoy the experience. Apparently the students get credit towards their education for what they do, and it's been working out really well. We bring our boat out from Hopkins. We do the classroom here at IZE. We have classroom facilities and they are absolutely fantastic facilities. It's actually designed around the aquatic life that's here in this area. We have so much information in the classroom that we can actually present to the students, and we also do full open water certifications from start to finish right here on the island. The certifications via 5 classroom sessions, 5 pool sessions which we do in confined water here right at IZE on Southwater Caye Marine Park Reserve, which is sheltered and is considered a confined area. That's where we will start our skills. And then once all the confined water skills are done, we take them into the ocean, which is just like around the corner, 5 minutes around the corner, and we have 5 miles of pristine reef where we can actually do our dives. Absolute fantastic location. IZE is probably the perfect location in this area for student groups, for any kind of groups to come and enjoy a beautiful holiday in the Caribbean. Okay guys, well right now you've just finished it. You finished your open water certifications. That was dive number 4. Alright? Again, no problems. Your swimming techniques and your buoyancy is actually really, really good. Okay? So well done. I want to pay a compliment to whoever your instructor was in the confined waters, because I tell you one thing, he's done a great job. As I said, this is one of the easiest courses I've done here in a long, long time. It really is. Buoyancy control is probably the top thing in diving and deep levels right now. Okay, so well done. You're certified divers right now. Good stuff, guys.
Yeah.
Well done. So give yourselves a pat in the back.
So today I just got open water certification for scuba diving, and it was really, really cool. We got to do 4 dives in 2 days, and we went down to 60 feet today. We saw tons of different sea creatures. We saw 4 sea turtles. We saw spotted eagle ray and a lot of lionfish, which were really cool. And it was just overall a great experience. We did have to learn some skills underwater, but that took like all of 15 minutes. And then for the rest of our dive, which was about 40 minutes each, we just swam around. It was really, really fun.
Hello, my name is Caye Smith. I'm a tour guide here in the beautiful country of Belize. I've been working with IZE, International Zoological Expedition, for the past 3 years, and I'm here as a tour guide and also a boat captain. I would say the most enjoyable part about working out here is getting to meet new people every week. Also being in the water, just experiencing the beautiful surroundings around us, seeing new creatures every day. There's always pretty much something new to do, so I'm very, very happy about what I do, and I must say that I am extremely lucky to be this fortunate to be working in a beautiful country, a beautiful environment, and I would rather not have it any other way than being here in Belize and being a tour guide. Alright, so the biggest problem we have on the reef, creature-wise right now, is the infamous lionfish, and it is an invasive species. It's originally from Asia. It feeds on any and every other reef fish we have here in our waters, but since that we discovered we have the problem, the government has been doing their best to decrease the population of lionfish, setting prize and competition whereby fishermen go out weekends every week, and those who catch the most lionfish would receive a prize. Those with the smallest lionfish, there's pretty much anything to get rid of them, you know. But we do our best to help getting rid of the lionfish. Most snorkeling company, most tour operators, whenever they go out snorkeling, they carry a small little sling, like the Hawaiian sling, which they use to spear the lionfish. So we're doing our best to get rid of the problem currently.
So we're from Boston University, working with Dr. Peter Buston, and the project that we do down here in Belize is to study larval dispersal, and we're specifically focusing on two species of neon gobies. So what we're doing is we're looking at how far the babies travel away from their parents. So right here we've got Elicatinus coloni. You can see that it's got a nice yellow stripe on it. This one lives in the lagoon. They tend to live in groups, a little more socially. They live in tube sponges, but you can also find them sometimes on large coral heads. And so they're in the inner lagoon. The second species we work with, and the species our lab primarily focuses on, is Elicatinus lori. So this one you see has a little bit thinner kind of pinstripe, whitish blue, and are a little bit larger. So these guys you find out on the outer reef in large yellow tube sponges. So they are in deeper water out on the outer reef edge. So I'm just going to feed them right now and try to change their water a little bit. See if they eat. So we started planning this lab, to build this lab, with Fred at IZE last year. It was kind of this culmination of we needed to find a space to work so that we could do our research in the field for a long period of time. And conveniently, Fred was also interested in building a marine lab. So a colleague of mine and I developed this, designed the lab, and we came down here in May of 2013 to build it. So it took us about 2 weeks to get everything set up and running, but there was much more planning involved before that. And so now we have this beautiful marine lab, and last summer we spent 4 months working with the neon gobies that we study and breeding them and raising them in this lab right here. So the important thing about having a wet lab for our research is that it allows us to raise fish larvae And that ability allows us to study the fish larvae behavior out in the open ocean. And so we can put them in their natural environment and see how they behave. And this is a key component that most studies of larval fish have not had. They haven't been able to raise the fish in their natural environment, mostly in labs back in the US. So this kind of wet lab gives us the ability to work with them here in the field.
Areas like this amongst the mangrove root, it acts as a nursery area for a lot of juvenile fishes that actually goes out to the reef and live out there after they get a certain size in here. Okay, so the mangroves that we see on the side here are called red mangroves. They're nature's seawall. Okay, so they protect a lot from erosion. So as you can see, they're pretty strong. They're one of the most salt tolerant of all the mangroves. So most of these mangroves have special adaptations on the root to help them take in oxygen, because the soil doesn't have any oxygen in it, so they take in oxygen directly from the air. So as you could see, like these leaves here, the salt that would escape through the roots, because the roots act as a filter, so when water goes in, it filters out the salt. So if there's any salt that escapes from through the root, it ends up into one of these leaves right here. So it's like a sacrifice a leaf for a tree. Okay.
So I'm Ginger Fisher, and I'm a faculty member at the University of Northern Colorado. And I came down here to IZE Belize to check out the site to see whether or not it would work for my students. I teach a marine biology class, and we want to have our lab experience here in Belize. So the folks at IZE Belize are great to work with. They gave me a really reasonable rate to come down and check out all the sites. I'm here on Southwater Caye, and there are great reefs for students. There are seagrass beds that you can just walk into, a diversity of sites for your students, as well as the diversity on the coral reef is just amazing. In addition, the accommodations for students are really nice. The food is really good, and I think it's a great place. I'm looking forward to bringing my students in the spring.
Hidden deep in southern Belize, nestled along the banks of Blue Creek, is IZE's private rainforest preserve and wildlife sanctuary. One of the only true primary rainforest areas of Belize, since most of the country is covered with what is known as a broadleaf semi-deciduous forest. Here, students have the opportunity to socialize with the friendly Blue Creek Maya people, where they can visit their homes and participate in their daily activities. Homestays are even available in the village. A new canopy walkway system offers towering observation decks with connecting aerial bridges. For the hardy souls, you can ride the cable past huge emergent trees to different observation decks and even rappel down from the towering canopy to the understory. This rainforest paradise is the ideal place to observe and interact with an untouched and complex jungle ecosystem full of Belize's finest flora and fauna.
We just got back from Blue Creek and we stayed there for 4 days. It was really fun. We got to do a lot of activities. We went hunting for iguanas. We didn't kill it, but we got to hold it and take pictures with it. It was really cool. And we also got to go into the school and play games with the kids. We played volleyball and soccer and tag and other games. It was really cool.
Where's my mind twisting up, leaving thoughts behind? I was gone before I go. The dirtiest deeds justified merely by the need to seldom lay down alone. You don't speak away for long. Lovers rarely sleep, they are bound to the throne. Yet on a day plain and mild, with a smile violently wild, we had just begun. We'll blame it on the sun. We'll blame it on the signs. We'll blame it on the mystic, lack of rhythm or lack of time. And there's no peace, there's morning noise, a newfound lack of poise. There are lies and deceit, the dirtiest deeds
Okay, ready? We open this and we hope for the best.
That was good.
Lighten up, Daniel.
So what is our mission? Why are we doing this? Well, these ecosystems are disappearing at an alarming rate, and we want to introduce as many people as we possibly can to these ecosystems before they are drastically changed or even disappear forever. The very reason IZE was established was to be a vehicle to encourage students to become activists for the preservation of these extremely precious ecosystems. The real reward for us is that we've changed so many people's lives. There are IZE students that have now become experts in their fields of study. Some are now teachers, and some have their own TV shows on the Discovery Channel. Our sites are so ecologically unique and pristine that they were chosen by Dr. Bob Ballard's internationally acclaimed JASON project for their live broadcast to schools throughout the world. Disney also produced 2 TV shows on the Animal Planet on both our marine and rainforest field stations. Some tropical ecologists that are now worldly renowned got their first introduction to these ecosystems through IZE. Even Prince Philip of England came to visit us at Blue Creek. We regularly get letters from past participants who have traveled with us decades ago, telling us how IZE has changed their life, and now they want to come back and introduce their children to these same ecosystems. That's the real reward of working on this project. Here at IZE, we are educators. Our biological field stations provide a living laboratory and an outdoor classroom for students, researchers, and guests interested in the environment. More than 4 decades later, IZE is still the first and foremost as the benchmark for educational travel within Belize. It's all about our staff, our mission, our dedication, and of course our unique locations.
There's a land that I
on